Cause y'all know what it is.
TNN Trap News Network.
I was with Rich Rapper.
I fucks with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
Right. On the same day?
So I want to go ahead and give a big, real quick before we start. If you ain't did so yet, hit the like, hit the comment, hit the subscribe button. We finna tap into my man Just Clips. ADAM22 is about to shut down the Tuesday show. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Kai Cenat's event would be a global takeover, and we probably wouldn't hear about Snoop's event.
Man, that would have been dope if everybody from our podcast space would have went to that streaming university.
That's just reality.
This is the most onked out possible, argument.
And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you follow Just Clips. This is where the content is coming from.
All right, so the No Jumper Tuesday show has officially fallen from the most watched weekly show on No Jumper to a show that's scrambling and scraping, just trying to find its footing again. In an attempt to figure things out, ADAM22, I guess, last second decided to have Compton Ricc Rocc join the show. For those who may not be familiar with Compton Ricc Rocc, he's a very well-established YouTuber who's closing in on 100,000 subscribers. And a lot of his content does orbit around the No Jumper universe. He's also a friend of Wack 100, so the Wack takeover appears to be in full effect. That said, though, after about 35 minutes of Ricc Rocc dominating the show, damn near turning it into his own personal No Jumper interview, Adam was so fed up that he contemplated ending the Tuesday show and storming off the set.
At a certain point, like with the lateness, Lush, you're part of this. Like today, there was definitely a moment where I was like, I'm just not doing the Tuesday show anymore, because why am I putting so much into it and trying to take it so serious when people can't even show up on time? And obviously, J Hood is taking that to a different level right now.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand that.
J Hood was an hour and a half late to the Tuesday show. Maybe almost 2 hours, but for sure, at least an hour and a half, for sure.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore.
It's frustrating for sure.
Yeah, but it's your behavior. It's like you choosing to be late. You can't just be like, it's frustrating and without
No.
So in typical ADAM22 fashion, he's taking out his anger on Lush there. And I guess, Lush was late. This show, when I clicked on the thumbnail, it said it starts at 4:30, which is different than usual, because usually it starts at 4 p.m. flat, or at least it's scheduled to start at 4, right? So I guess Lush was late, and it was just Adam and Ricc Rocc sitting there waiting for for everybody to show up or something of that nature. But I think
Adam was pissed. When I say Adam was pissed that he had to just sit there and deal with Ricc Rocc by himself, Adam was pissed. He was hot.
That, like I said in the intro there, Adam was pretty frustrated that with like Compton Ricc Rocc, his presence is an interesting one. He was giving a lot of like onked out takes. He was bringing freaky uncle energy to the podcast, which, he's probably not alone in being an onk aged person. It's just his personality. You could kind of tell that he's not used to having to share a microphone with having to, podcast with other people. He's like me. He's used to sitting in a room by himself and being able to get it off however he wants to get it off. It's different.
Super pause on Ricc Rocc getting anything off how he has to get off anything. Super duper ultra mega pause on that, because last thing we need here at Trap News Network is Ricc Rocc getting things off. Ricc Rocc getting things off.
When you have to go and play a team sport.
Ride with the king of the West Coast, man.
Right, but when we're talking about like who can command a bigger audience,
I'm talking about the king of the West Coast.
Obviously, he's not going to be able to do the numbers.
Man, listen, you don't think Snoop Dogg can command this? Do you know that Snoop Dogg?
Did you not read the fucking synopsis? Of course he can.
Watch this, man.
Be serious.
Snoop was before all these dudes.
That is irrelevant.
I don't care what they talk about. No, it ain't.
Hey, do you know
Snoop is the biggest, man.
You know what's crazy is that Snoop Dogg was my first favorite rapper when I was a child, and I'm still able to have a conversation about this objectively and not just default to who shows me love.
He's one of my favorites.
Okay, so you're saying live stream over the phone.
I'm saying who has like a bigger active fan base?
Ricc Rocc is extra Krispy Kreme donuts to Snoop Dogg because Snoop Dogg gave him a Death Row chain that can't get wet.
Like if Kai Cenat did an event and then Snoop Dogg did an event on the same day, Kai Cenat's event would be a global takeover, and we probably wouldn't hear about Snoop's event.
That's true.
That's just reality.
That is actually probably true.
The most onked out possible, argument to be arguing Snoop Dogg or Kai Cenat, who's more relevant, important, popular, whatever is the main argument there. It's pretty simple that Kai Cenat is definitely going to pull a larger crowd in person than Snoop Dogg. Like 3 years ago, when Kai was less famous than he is now, they had to shut down, whatever section of New York City he was at. It was basically a riot. Multiple people got arrested. There's people fighting and stuff. Snoop Dogg is obviously a very marketable individual. Like he walks out the Steelers in Madden 26. He's a global superstar by all means. But
just because you walk out the Steelers in Madden 26 doesn't mean that we need you doing other things. Like, just do that.
Was Kai Cenat, it causes more commotion when he goes out in public. If Kai decided to do the world tour version of streaming that you see I Show Speed, do, he would have a similar situation. I mean, heck, even a smaller streamer than both Speed and Kai, if you look at Marlon, when he's overseas in certain countries and whatnot, his car is getting swarmed to the point where it's a security risk, just him being out in public in certain cities as well. So Kai definitely has more emotion than Marlon. So you can imagine the type of rioting that would happen at people trying to get a glimpse of Kai Cenat in person.
I feel like
I can see that definitely being a bigger draw than Snoop Dogg for sure.
Super Bowl.
I understand it might be a difficult pill to swallow, but that's just reality.
Everybody knows Snoop. Everybody don't know Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat don't have too many fans.
Everybody don't know who Kai Cenat. No, they don't.
As far as the younger generation,
I go ask my grandma right now.
As far as the generation who's going to go to a live event or watch something live,
go ask my grandma is sick. No disrespect to Ricc Rocc's grandmother, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, but I don't think that she's buying tickets to any of these events. Nor do I think that your grandmother is too worried about streaming and things of that nature. So I can't see that, your grandma knowing, whatever.
Yeah. I could go ask my grandma, Snoop Dogg? Yes. Kai Cenat? Who is
that? But your grandma's not going to watch the live stream or go to the live event.
But she know who Snoop Dogg is.
But that is when you're equating.
You're talking about global recognition versus an active fan base.
All right, so that's one example of the Compton Ricc Rocc onked out perspective on the most recent Tuesday show. But then you also had a freaked out perspective as well, where
Compton Ricc Rocc's inappropriateness towards Chunky Barbie definitely made me a little uncomfortable.
He basically pulled up with the "where's the hoes at" energy.
To be used against you in the future.
And then we're gonna get back to this, though. We're gonna get back to this, man. I'm trying to stay on these streets, knock these hoes, spend this money, have fun, live life, and die.
So Ricc Rocc brought a very interesting energy to the No Jumper Tuesday show. I feel like the beginning, like hour and a half, as they're waiting for J Hood to arrive, is really just Adam and Lush being held hostage by Compton Ricc Rocc, dressed as a sheriff deputy of some sort. So there is that element, but now we have to get into.
You know what's crazy, Chad? He thinks that he went up to No Jumper and picked up the biggest W. You let him tell it. He went up to No Jumper, and that man accomplished everything, man. And you let him talk about it. He went up to No Jumper and was the jointiest of the joints. Let him tell it. He said that he went up to No Jumper, and it was fire. Absolutely fire. Now, what we know is probably not. But, hey, man, what makes you happy is what makes you happy.
To something that is, it's making its way around the internet, of course, which is ADAM22 announcing that the live show that they had coming up, next weekend or something, is now officially canceled for failing to sell more than 50 tickets despite all of their different promotional efforts. Check this out.
Rewind the clock to the day that we found out about Anne Hefe getting charged with murder. Remember, that was the day where we filmed the Instagram reel of all of us doing a little TikTok dance together.
And was on the way.
And was on the way to do that.
Wow.
He told us he was coming for it. The cops picked him up on the way to the show. Now, for those of you out there who know me, when you saw us doing an Instagram reel of us dancing to promote the live show, if you know me, you might have thought that indicates that this live show is not selling so well. Because really, I probably would have preferred to not have to do a TikTok dance. At that time, and this, keep in mind, this is before Spooty Face and Munchie left the podcast, we had sold, I believe, like 30 tickets. Okay. So we do a couple of different reels.
Not quite Drake numbers.
We go out of our way to promote it on the podcast.
Let me ask you guys this question. How do you guys feel about Adam just keeping it 100 and being like, hey, man, it wasn't selling. We couldn't do it. I tried. It failed. And being transparent and being vulnerable about that. Does anybody have any sympathy, have any empathy? Does anybody care? Or is it just like, so what? Is it getting any points for that? Because I know a lot of times in the chat, you guys love to talk about what you respect and what you don't respect, even though we honestly, as content creators, I'm not going to front, don't care. But let me know what y'all think about that. For all you, I respect you more watchers. You guys love to tell us how you respect things and don't respect things. So for all you, I respect you more if you a blah, blah, blah watchers, do you respect them more or do you just not care?
Repeatedly, we're hoping that we can see a little bit of motion. It's really not moving too much. I announced that 607 Unk is going to be the headline, or is going to be the opener along with King Yella. Still doesn't really change things. The numbers are looking not great in terms of ticket sales. We announced that Hater World is also going to be added.
Reg said, so what? don't nobody give a flu flamming down.
To opening up the podcast. At the same time, we announced that me and 4 Extra are going to be doing our first podcast back together.
Oh, that's all.
On the last show.
That's dope.
We announced at one point that we're going to be giving away a free 1/8 of weed to everybody who goes to the live podcast. Really?
Adam's going to be out there giving away stress. Adam's going to be giving y'all $20 ounces, firing up, making sure y'all got that good Strebo. Adam's about to give y'all some $20 ounces. That's some headache. That's some headache. Adam's going to give y'all that, I can't. Adam's going to give y'all that, I can't. For sure. For sure, you was going to get some Strebo. Some Streboington.
None of this really moved the needle in any meaningful way. And actually this morning I hit up Josh for the count. Where are we at? I think he said we're somewhere around like 45, and that basically the promoter didn't want to, or basically felt like we hadn't sold enough tickets to continue on with this shit.
I don't think anybody should be surprised that they couldn't sell, tickets to watch the Tuesday show and whatever other shows live. Like what we're gonna watch Moose, Doughboy, and ADAM22 sit down and do an hour of the Monday show.
Yeah, I don't think that's what anybody would really actually want to see in real time. I could see how that could be a deterrent. I'm not gonna lie. I want to dress it up. I want to make it look nice, but I could definitely see how that could be a deterrent.
But in the theater, and then after that, they're gonna roll out the Tuesday show crew, and this is when everybody was still on the staff. The Tuesday show that just got scrambled up, it still had Spody, Aunt Hefe, Munchie B on it. Even so, watching that live is kind of like I don't personally understand the appeal to that. I don't.
Honestly, I feel him on that because why do we care? I can see why somebody would, I guess, but not really. I don't know. I don't think that's the biggest draw financially. I don't think that's something that people are really rushing to do financially. Hey, let me go see what Moose Man has going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, finances are so great. Let's see how Moose Man's figuring it out. You feel me? I just don't. I don't know. I don't see that being the best.
All right. What you guys are gonna sit down on the stage and have the same conversations that you would usually have, with maybe some crowd engagement or some live heckling. That was the angle that I was joking about on one of the live streams I did. I said maybe we, all the Just Clips viewers should buy tickets and you know, just go there and shiesties, and they have to try to figure out which one of the shiesty wearing people was me, and we're all just heckling and you know, throwing tomatoes at them essentially. That would be pretty fun, right? We throw.
Honestly, I think that you would do better making a salad with the tomatoes. I think you'd be happier with the tomatoes. Honestly, I think that you'd be much happier with the tomatoes and throwing them at them guys.
Bombard Doughboy with tomatoes in person, but I guess we don't get to have that opportunity anymore. And to add insult to injury, No Jumper's resident junkie, the dope fiend himself, just decided to share that he actually has more live show motion than the No Jumper show in person experience, as he's gonna let it be known that he's sold up to 200 tickets for some rap show of his where Lush One will be performing his music in front of 200 people, but those same 200 people are not interested in seeing Lush One do a podcast in person. You know, it is a podcast after all. I know that there was kind of a trend of doing the in-person podcast for a little bit, but yeah, I really don't think that ever should have been a trend in the first place. I was surprised that people went to the ones a few years ago, even for the other shows like Joe Budden and stuff. I just feel like it's completely unnecessary.
We don't care. We'll watch you on YouTube, but we're not going to go to this theater and see you guys, which really,
So
I'll take the YouTube stuff instead of the live event. But
I did it already.
the live podcast,
Yeah, it's over.
This one is canceled, but we did one.
All right, so this No Jumper, you know, live show at the El Rey Theater or whatever, that was probably doomed regardless of who was going to be on the lineup and all that stuff. But you know what doesn't have to be doomed, that is looking pretty bad right now, is the actual Tuesday show, the one that is broadcast online every week.
And the Tuesday show is pretty much over with. Maybe Spody Face and Munchie B will come back. You know, if they do come back, they would have to just get past the viewers talking trash for like the first 2-3 months. But then after that, they'll accept them again, and then they'll be back cool. Like No Jumper audience has a really short attention span, has a really short memory, whatever. Like they'll trash, and then like somebody just won't leave, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, we like you now. Oh, we've accepted you," because they feel like they have that level of ownership over the platform, even though they get literally nothing out of it. But you know, whatever.
All right.
And honestly, yeah, why would anybody want to see 607 Unk? Haters World is a Mexican podcast, and No Jumper caters to a bunch of people who talk negatively about Mexicans. So I wouldn't expect too many of their supporters to actually want to be at the No Jumper live show, because No Jumper has had Whack 100 up there, who's notoriously racist against Mexicans. Haters World is a Mexican-based podcast. I couldn't see how this adds up. I wouldn't see how their support group or their fan base would be interested in that for real for a long term, because again, Wack has always made it abundantly clear that, you know, his bias and his prejudice towards these people. So I don't see why their fan base, who would be a Mexican fan base, would support that.
So you see there, J Hood's not even following along enough in the conversation to realize, or you know, to hell with following along with the conversation. That, even though that's, you know, part of your job as a podcaster, so-called professional podcaster, but this guy's not even tapped in enough with the happenings of No Jumper to know that the show, you know, is scheduled for the 26th or some shit. You shouldn't have to interrupt this this conversation to ask such a stupid question. There's such thing as bad questions. That was a bad question. All right. And this is the guy who,
you know, when your teacher said there's no such thing as a dumb question, Just Clip said, yeah, that's not true.
Who, you know, the Tuesday show was dismantled, regardless of if it was his intention or not. The fact is that you basically traded a mid but improving podcaster, aka Spody Face, as well as your number 1 draft pick, star player, Munchie B. All right. You traded those two guys for a guy who's at you know, a raw prospect at best, and J Hood is fighting an uphill battle off the rip because of how he came into the building. You know, so that is important to note going forward, because I don't think J Hood's time on the Tuesday show will last for much longer, regardless if he's on time to work or not. But enough of that. Now we got to get back into Adam and
yeah, I don't see J Hood ultimately lasting too long at No Jumper, just because ultimately, why are you here? Like Jada has a pretty much why are you here personality and persona there. It's kind of a we don't want you energy.
In Compton Ricc Rocc and their arguments that kind of were the only highlights of this show, in my opinion. Like I said, the first hour and a half or so was very boring, like very, very boring. Almost to the point where I was getting pissed off just at the just terrible dynamic that was being displayed. But you know, I guess Compton Ricc Rocc he warmed up after hogging the hogging the airwaves for the first hour and a half. He warmed up and ended up at least arguing with Adam on some talking points. We'll cover the two that stood out the most to me, which
Chad, what do you guys think? Are we watching the end of the Tuesday show? Are we watching the collapse of No Jumper? Or do you think that Adam22 still has a rabbit in his hat to improve and fix the situation?
the first one here, well, really all the arguments started from this point that I'm about to play right here, which is basically Compton Ricc Rocc got hungry, and just like an on-cast dude would want, he wanted some baby back ribs and some chicken and brisket and all types of other shit. He said we should install a barbecue pit right here. Check this shit out.
Ace has ever uttered his lips once, but it is a funny script, dude. And I think and I like how
long did it take you to read it?
I'm still reading.
This shit is really long.
I mean, it's a bit of an arduous read, but I'm trying to give it. And it'll probably 20 minutes.
I've never read a script. 20 minutes.
I mean,
yeah, this is what happens when you let whack control something. But we see what happened with every career that whack has been a part of by way of artists. So I don't know why Adam would think that letting whack guide his platform would be any helpful. That just doesn't actually make sense when we've seen whack fail time and time again with his own artists. So I don't know why anybody would think that he'd have the ability to successfully run and maintain a podcast such as No Jumper. That just doesn't really seem too feasible.
And if you
sure, I have 20 minutes.
If you're just like, if you're like quick with it, if you don't do like,
you're bringing it up on the screen. This is it.
Yeah,
y'all got to get a barbecue pit up in this motherfucker. So we need some food up in this bitch, man.
Usually people don't eat food on podcasts.
Shit. Watch when I start my shit, man. I want some nigga shit going. I want barbecue pits. I want.
You think people are gonna like your podcast if you're fucking shoving?
Golly, Adam22 is shutting down Ricc Rocc. Like Adam22 is just like dominating this man right now. This is actually really hard to watch. It's really hard to ingest as Adam22 is just continuously showing his superiority to Ricc Rocc, and Ricc Rocc just doesn't even understand what's going on. It's like he's like a goldfish in front of a mirror, just lost.
Get your ass out if you don't like.
It's a weird idea that people think that you should eat food on a podcast.
It's funny how what you're about to see again is a bunch of arguing between Adam and Compton Ricc Rocc. And Compton Ricc Rocc, he did kind of come up there full of shit. They kind of quizzed him on a few things, and he had no clue about like basic things that you would expect a No Jumper reaction channel to have, ideas on. But that aside, he could have
it seems like you being in top No Jumper reaction channel, you wouldn't know that Adam wouldn't like that.
Easily won even the beginning part of this argument by saying, well, Adam, you guys used to cook food on the fucking podcast, so that's why I want a grill up here. Have me on the episode of Woods and Burgers like back in the day. But he doesn't have a good reference.
Damn, Ricc Rocc, that's true. Calling yourself the top reactor and not knowing top reactions is crazy.
Game for the whole No Jumper history. That's not his lane. I get it. He wants it for a quick check or whatever rhetoric he was putting out there. But here, let's enjoy this flashback clip of the original No Jumper show crew having a struggle griddle up there. It's like a $20 griddle from Walmart, but they have so much electronics plugged into these outlets that the griddle couldn't draw enough wattage or voltage, whichever one, to properly operate. So everybody's stomach was probably in shambles after this. But either way, enjoy the flashback real quick.
Need help? I'm trying to bring the true religion, like the true religion gene on gene back.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like a coward because I wasn't rocking the fully glittery ass when 6ix9ine was still on the streets, and now he's out, and I feel like I can just have a glittery ass.
You got a BB belt?
That's wild.
I do. One.
You got one?
Not even like.
Is it
I feel
black?
like I've seen you wear it.
Yeah. But it's not
Yeah.
like I went out and bought it. It's like this fucking kid who has a clothing line that I'm just gonna name one on. It's called Human.
Okay.
He fucking dropped it off, and
So it's not even BB Simon.
it's BB Simon /Human.
Okay. He got it. So this
Shout out to the flashback with Adam looking like Sean Strickland of some sort.
I thought it was B. Are you okay? I thought that it was BB Simmons. Is BB Simons? I don't know. I've never had a shiny belt.
And as you guys saw, the grill operator was struggling, but interesting to point out that if you go back and look at the old podcast numbers, this episode, the special episode where they brought in, the griddle and they were whipping up bacon cheeseburgers or attempting to whip up bacon cheeseburgers. That episode had some of the higher views out of all of the Cam Grill versus House Phone show before the show was rebranded and renamed to the No Jumper show. This episode did have one of the highest view counts. So Compton,
If it did 46,000 views, that means that somebody was definitely interested in this, but Compton Ricc Rocc was just misinformed.
Ricc Rocc actually has a point. He just doesn't know that he has a point. And basically the vibes that I'm getting from what Compton Ricc Rocc is attempting to pitch here is he wants to make like a Drink Champs vibe, where Drink Champs is often an overstimulating experience. The fucking cowbell that he rings and all the yelling and smacking the table and everybody's just getting drunker and drunker. So good podcasting goes out the window often on a show like that. But it works because people do like some bullshit or just like put it on while you're getting lit yourself type of show.
I think that Drink Champs, their content facilitates the crowd that they have, and it facilitates the people that watch it. I can understand why somebody wouldn't care for Drink Champs, but at the same time, it's built for the people who enjoy Drink Champs. If you don't enjoy Drink Champs, it's probably, like you said, it's too overstimulating. I can see how that's not really the thing for you or not really where you want to see yourself. But at the same time, too, that's literally what it's about. It's called.
It sounds like what Compton Ricc Rocc is conjuring up in his brain.
Like only people who think that are people that don't do podcasts.
I don't like it either, but I tell you what, it's people that like bullshit. I watch people sit up there and watch motherfuckers eat all day.
Yeah.
See,
mukbang.
See, the shit that you saying ain't gonna work. It'd be a motherfucker like me that give me a couple of million a few years from now, and you'll see motherfuckers a whole stripping on poles and shit with clothes on since they can't get naked. Barbecue pits in this motherfucker, low riders up in there.
When is Compton Ricc Rocc going to show us his lowrider? We'd love to see that $100,000 lowrider that you're always referencing. We'd love to see that. Like when I say we'd love to see it, I mean we'd absolutely love to see that $100,000 lowrider that you're always telling us you have. Not saying that you don't got it, but I want to see it. Chad, don't y'all want to see it?
Crip walking and blood walking up. Hey, bitch, go in and roll me up a cigarette.
None of those things are going to make a podcast get more views.
You say that.
Well, I've been doing this for 10 years. Yeah.
Roll me up a cigarette? Goodness gracious.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do. Listen, don't count nobody out. Don't think
I'm not counting you out. I'm just saying why I personally am not going to install a barbecue pit in the middle of the.
Well, that's you.
A produced show where they're able to like edit out the parts of them actually like eating.
Yeah, you hear the shit.
Maybe like for a second, but
no,
like,
for the whole shit.
Like I've watched Guy Fieri, Diners, Dives,
yeah, they smack and they do more views than this show.
Yeah, but I feel like you're mistaking a podcast that's 100% raw from like a TV show that's like produced with a crew of probably 20 people.
Man, I won't ghetto shit. I want hood rats and.
I can definitely understand what Adam is saying. Ricc Rocc's kind of unking out. I'm not gonna lie. He's kind of unking out, and it's not really making sense to why he's there right now. Just kind of makes you wonder, like, if his presence was just a favor to whack, because you can't tell me that Adam's happy with it.
I want the barbecue pit. I want all that shit.
I don't think you
show.
do though. Like, don't you personally want to not be like relegated to just making hood shit?
I want to be different.
Again, it seems like at first Compton Ricc Rocc just started off arguing just for the sake of being argumentative here, because I just showed you guys the easy path to victory. You can show an example that worked on No Jumper of Adam literally participating in a show that, they're having a regular podcast while somebody is grilling on the podcast table. The infamous, desk, the Zest desk, as Gangland Neem refers to it as. But
I wonder, was it a Zest desk when ODM Slim was there? Was it still a Zest desk then? And then if so, are you saying that ODM Slim sat at said Zest desk? Is that what's going on here?
on the infamous No Jumper.
Where does the zest start and stop? Is my question. Where does the zestiness of the deskiness start and stop?
Jumper desk. They're literally grilling on the desk. All right. So easy path to victory that Compton Ricc Rocc annoying. Comparing it to a Food Network show is, for lack of a better term, a very stupid angle to take in this argument. But it gets interesting in a second, because in a way the trick bag was opened when Adam asked right there at the end, oh, so don't you want to move away from just doing like hood content? And Ricc Rocc's basically like, I'm with all the bullshit. I'm with the nigga shit. So that's in a way, not quite the Aunt Hefe versus King Pill way, but in a way that response from Ricc Rocc opens up the trick bag that will come up in a second when they start talking about robbing liquor stores versus owning liquor stores. All right.
This hood shit said, why you think you do hood shit all day? Why you think this motherfucking show cover all street shit? Because it works.
God, Adam's finna destroy Compton Ricc Rocc for sure. And it's going to be very unfortunate how he does it. It's going to be very unfortunate.
Right?
Because it's a hip-hop podcast.
Nah, this ain't no hip-hop podcast. This gangbangers, Bloods, Crips, Power Rules, Bloods, Mexicans, everybody on this motherfucker.
But we haven't talked about any like gangster
shit. This shit is full of, no, this show is full of street shit. But do you know all the people that do reactions on your shit is helping your shit?
Is it really?
In a way, yes, it do.
I would agree that it helps, but in such a microscopic
it doesn't matter.
Nah, the reactions help, because if people stop reacting to No Jumper, a lot of people who, I'll even use myself for example, a lot of people are so upset with my coverage that they'll just say, hey, I'll go watch it by myself on No Jumper. And even that helps you, because now look at you getting the fans, getting the viewership, because they don't want to hear me talk about it, so they'd rather go watch it themselves, which is not a problem. That's what the original content is for. If you don't want to hear my reactions, you should definitely not listen to my content. All I do is reactions. But well, not all I do is reactions, but it's a good portion of reactions. But that helps. You definitely want to get everything that works. Like the whole concept of all the reactions don't do anything. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The reaction channels definitely help grow the brand. They definitely help grow the whatever. The clip channels help grow the brand. They help grow the 1 2 step like Sierra. Every bit helps in this space.
It still works. Everything counts.
Right. But I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I can say that I don't really think it matters that much.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do.
Yeah, he do, because Adam has made comments before about how he's happy that he no longer has to pay clip channels and reaction channels to react to No Jumper, because so many people now do it for free. And he was saying how he was mad at first that people, really didn't do it as much as he would like to, and he started paying people, and now those same people, are doing it just for the love of the sport. So I'm not sure.
So you're going to overrule me?
Yes, I am. I'm going to tell you why. Because
somebody who's never done podcasts, you're overruling me, telling you it doesn't
it's cool,
matter.
it's fine. But what I'm saying,
don't you love how ADAM22 keeps telling Compton Ricc Rocc this entire time that he's better than him and explaining to him how he's better than him?
And the reality is a lot of people basically watch the podcast through other channels, which absolutely does not benefit us in any way.
You don't consider your channel a podcast?
No, I don't. I'm not a podcast. I'm a hustler.
Oh boy, the comedic timing of Compton Ricc Rocc.
That was a terrible time to say that.
I would hope he's joking in this next clip, but I think he's dead ass. I think he needs the Wi-Fi in order to use his phone to its full capacity. It appears that Compton Ricc Rocc doesn't have a phone on him during this.
Compton Ricc Rocc was on No Jumper with a phone that only worked on Wi-Fi.
Tuesday show that has data. It doesn't have a data plan, or not a good enough data plan for him to feel confident to pull up his own work to show what he's got going on at the request of the panel. It just makes the I'm a hustler thing hilarious when you go from I'm a hustler to what's the Wi-Fi, because I can't pull up my own Instagram without it.
Now look, go to
Jeez. I didn't even catch that moment of lack of monetization. Golly, man. Golly. I think my kids should go to sleep. Love you guys. Are you guys tired? So maybe we should go ahead and look at bedtime. Love you, boys.
Love you guys. Good night.
The kids got to go to bed, y'all. They got fighting in the morning. They got football. Love you, boys. Is there any more chicken or you ate it all? Okay. Good night, Papa. Brush your teeth, wash your face.
Yes.
Put the food away before y'all go to bed. Wash your hands before you push the food away.
Yes. Move, sis.
Get out. Get out right now, dog. Let's keep going. Y'all say goodnight to my kids, man.
Go to let me see, man. Go to what's that movie that we just did? What's the name of that shit, man?
Menace to
You did
Society.
a movie with you should know, not me.
I don't be keeping up with this shit, but I got a movie. I'm in a movie, man.
But Ricc Rocc acting like he can't use his phone with no Wi-Fi.
What's your Wi-Fi?
I don't know.
I'm gonna show you right now.
You ain't got surf.
Go to my Instagram. Go to my Instagram.
Also,
All right, so shout out to no data plan.
So somebody said you ain't got service.
No, you ain't got no service.
And some people say data. I say data. Shout out to no data plan. Having a
Hey, that's crazy. He said in the same piece of content, he's acting like his phone was ringing off the hook, but then he asked for the Wi-Fi. But what you need the Wi-Fi for if your phone is ringing off the hook? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not the smartest. You feel me? I'm not the smartest, but I know that my nephew, who's 11, he always need my mobile hotspot because he just got a phone to have a phone because it don't work without Wi-Fi because he's 11, which makes sense for an 11-year-old. So maybe my brother pays Compton Ricc Rocc's phone bill. Shout out to my brother. Maybe him and Compton Ricc Rocc got some things going on I don't know nothing about. You feel me? Because I'm not sure how this nigga has the same mobile plan as my 11-year-old nephew. So maybe my brother is paying for it. Maybe my brother got something going on with Compton Ricc Rocc where he bought my nephew's phone and then he might have got Compton Ricc Rocc's phone for free. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really 100% sure of what's going on or how it's going on, but yeah.
as Compton Ricc Rocc. But anyways, back into the argument that started off because obviously this one hits close to home. So let's get into that. All right. So where Adam is wrong is he says that reaction channels and whatnot absolutely don't benefit No Jumper. Now, I do believe it's case by case, but going off of the method of proof of Google AI, Chat GPT, things like that No Jumper often uses. So I use that same metric system and asked Google.
It definitely helps. We all understand that it helps lead to discovery. It helps in an algorithm. It definitely fuels content back to your page.
Simple question, and here's the answer. It gave pros and cons. All right, so we're gonna be fair. But yes, clips and reaction videos can help the original video get more viewers, but the impact depends heavily on how the creator handles them. Why they help? The discovery. Reaction videos and clips act as free marketing. They they introduce the original content to an entirely new audience that might not have discovered it otherwise. Virality, short, punchy clips are highly shareable across platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. They generate viral moments that redirect traffic to the source. Emotional connection. Reactions provide a communal, empathetic experience, causing viewers to seek out the original video to experience those emotions firsthand. All right.
Yeah, so like I said, the reactions definitely make you want to go check out the content. Should that be what you're interested in?
Now the cons, passive viewership. If the reaction or clip is too detailed or takes the place of the actual video, example, re-uploading the entire thing, viewers might just consume the reaction and never click on the original. Algorithm conflicts. In some cases, exact re-uploads and reaction formats can fragment an audience, taking potential views away from the original uploader's early stage algorithmic push. All right. So I think that last bullet point is Adam's main kind of argument point, even though it's more of an off the dome situation in the example we're reviewing here. But that goes more, I feel like that really applies more so towards the people that go live while, like, let's say Dean the Great and AB are live and they're doing the bullshit version of a reaction so they can finesse the fair use system and not get copyright stricken down in the middle of them.
Man, when I say AB and Dean and Gray don't care about nobody clipping them or whatever, man, they love that stuff. But I definitely understand Just Clip's point.
Broadcasting the full, 10-hour live stream. We see that more with the streamers stuff.
But I can see why though, because the streamers they're actually active for the entire time. So you might miss something in hour 4 that you didn't see in hour 1. That kind of makes a little bit more sense than No Jumper.
The BS reactions versus if you look up the reaction channels that are in the podcast universe, not just the No Jumper universe, it's usually a more, even if the person's not the most articulate person, it's a more intellectual attempt than, you know, what you see with these people that title it you know, Dean the Great or whatever, Kai Cenat Streamer University live reactions, and it's like 30 minutes they're gone from the chair, another 30 they're just sitting there drinking tea, and then they talk like, you know, once every 45
Sound like he's talking about somebody very specific.
minutes before they go and take another, you know, shit break or something. That isn't fair use, you know. But
Hey man, this is all a flu flam, a skulldug, and a Larson. That's all I'll say. It's all a flu flam, a skulldug, and a little bit of a Larson. Is all I will say.
they both have a point, right? But for Adam to completely discredit that reaction channels, you know, benefit the original content, I have to disagree with it, because the only reason, you know, I tell this story a lot, but the only reason why I'm even a reaction channel, commentary channel, is because I was watching Point and Shoot, Gangland Neem, and Big Chat Small World. Those were the big three channels that got me into even, you know, the whole No Jumper reactions universe, and got me back into watching No Jumper. After a few weeks, maybe 2 months at the most, of watching those three channels on the regular, I then started going from watching Gangland Neem's morning streams to right into watching the actual No Jumper. Without those reaction and commentary channels, I wouldn't be watching No Jumper today.
I never prayed. I never told God.
No, yeah, I can imagine that a lot of people just aren't just outward fans of No Jumper. A lot of people like the commentary surrounding No Jumper. They want to see if people think the way that they think or feel the way that they feel about the situation. So I could definitely see why a lot of people who are No Jumper reactioners can maintain a fan base, because you find like-minded individuals who view the content and see the content as you do.
Hey, God, I want to be a podcaster. I never said that. I said, hey, God, look, I need a couple dollars this month, nigga. And he said, nigga, I got you. Don't worry about nothing. Go spend $10,000 on the camera, which I did. Go buy you some G Master lenses, which I did. Go buy you some short mics, which I did. Go get your motherfucking PC, which I did. I spent racks on my shit. I ain't one of these niggas on here filming from a phone, and it works. Everybody that count, whoever supports your shit, you can't look at a nigga and say, oh, nigga, what y'all doing don't do shit.
I'm not going to say anything, but you can't film from a phone if you ain't never got no service. Of course you got to film from the house, because that's where the Wi-Fi is. You can't film from the car because you ain't got no service. You can't film on those. You can't film on those rooftops and upload from the rooftop because you ain't got no service. Your mobile data won't allow you to upload from that rooftop that you was uploading on. That's why you film videos at 2 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning or sometimes 7 o'clock in the morning, but we don't get them until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock that afternoon, because you don't have mobile service and you don't have mobile data to upload said information and said content. What's up? Did I pretty much hit it all? I mean, I'm just saying, like, oh, I'm not one of the dudes who do it from my phone. Nigga, you don't have one. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's what like, these dudes be so barbonicles. Like, some of these dudes be so barbonicles, bro, because you're trying to clown somebody from filming content from a phone and you need the Wi-Fi password. That is incredible. Like, that is absolutely incredible. You are trying to talk bad about somebody for using their phone to make content, and you need the Wi-Fi password to make content. Man,
us, if we supporting your shit,
Chad, am I tripping, or is that just a flu flammer, Skull Douglas, and Larson situation? Am I tripping, Chad, or is a flu flam afoot? Because I can't see how that makes sense.
Right. Every bit count. We the people. Without the motherfucking
I'm telling
people,
you that
work.
it doesn't.
All right, well, nigga, I'm gonna stop doing reacts to your shit. How about that?
What the fuck do you think I care? I think that's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think he cares at all. And Compton Ricc Rocc knows that he actually does need to continue to do reactions to Adam's channel. So we all know that that's not gonna happen. We all know that that's not gonna happen. It sounds good, but it don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Compton Ricc Rocc really would have to live on that. Oh no, he couldn't make it. He couldn't make it.
Hurt the channel? Yeah. Like, oh no, Ricc Rocc isn't promoting us anymore.
All right, so there in that last little snippet is.
Hey, don't you like how Adam is telling Ricc Rocc exactly how he feels about him, though? Like, again, this whole interview is just seemingly about Adam disrespecting and berating and belittling Ricc Rocc.
Is, you know, proof that things are slowly heating up. They went from a simmer to a low heat. And I would say by the end of the, okay, well, I'll just stop doing reaction to your shit. Now they're.
And so, I don't care.
You're at like a medium high, but in this next one, it's finally going to get to the point where it's at a full blown high heat on the oven. They're going to start cooking with grease, and really, tempers are going to flare up a little bit. But it saved this episode. The numbers are down. I think across the board, No Jumpers numbers are down right now, as some fans are protesting and whatnot. But this saved the episode for me as someone who did sit through the entire thing live. All right, because like I said earlier, I was getting very bored in that first hour and a half.
Wait, are No Jumper fans protesting? Did I miss something? Is there a protest going on? And if so, what are we protesting exactly? Are No Jumper fans protesting? And if they are protesting, what exactly is the protest of? No Jumper, no peace. See what I did there? But
J Hood showing up to the show an hour and a half late. His arrival didn't, make anything better necessarily from an entertainment standpoint. I don't know. Maybe he was having a bad day. He seemed less talkative than what we usually have seen from him, even though it's a very small sample size. I think he has shown some potential, but that's why I say he's like a raw prospect. He needs a lot more reps in this podcast setting to really be able to evaluate him. But Compton Ricc Rocc versus ADAM22, everybody. Here we go.
I've been doing this since I was 14 years old. Mama seeing me at the liquor store. Hey, mama, put this money up. Boy, what are you doing?
But doing what?
Man, I can't tell you what I was doing, but I was doing what I was doing. I've been
for murder. I'm pretty sure you can tell us about stealing from a liquor store.
No, I can't. No, I don't steal from liquor stores.
Compton Ricc Rocc was arrested. Why do they keep talking about Compton Ricc Rocc being arrested for a body? I don't. Let me see this. Hold on. Let's see if the GPT of chat knows anything. He may not. In a short, sweet answer, do you know who popular YouTube content creator Compton Ricc Rocc is?
Yes, I do. Compton Ricc Rocc is a YouTuber known for his commentary on.
Do you know anything about him beating a murder charge?
I'm not aware of any official reports of him beating a murder charge. If this is something floating around in rumor or
do a
discussion,
deep internet search and see if you can find anything about him beating a murder charge or being arrested for murder or anything related to that.
They're searching. There's no credible information confirming that Compton Ricc Rocc was ever arrested for or beat a murder charge. He has talked about serving time for voluntary manslaughter when he was younger, but that's different. I couldn't find any legal or news records about a murder charge.
Oh, he was in there for an attempt on some accidental blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Like that, nigga. I'm a
not no more, huh?
I never stole from liquor store.
Okay, I believe you.
I'm a hustler. I never robbed a liquor store. I never stole. That's broke nigga shit. We don't do that.
No, for sure. And you already know fools get packed for stealing from the store.
I just never been something I was into, man. Yeah. Like stealing. What the fuck?
I think anybody gets packed out for stealing from the liquor store.
We still out the store for. We can make money to buy the whole store.
You got to start somewhere.
I watched my father and my uncle.
How are you going to make money to buy the whole store? Like comparing that to stealing.
So you talking to me like, so you know how you talking to me right now?
It's a dream
like I'm trying to get
no. You getting at me like I'm just some old nigga. That's what you getting at me.
No,
like.
I'm trying to get you to make sense in the conversation
no, that's how you getting at me though. You getting at like nigga, y'all can't do better than me. That's how you.
No, but that's yeah, because that's kind of what it is. Like you're upset, but Adam is keeping it real with you, bro. Like I don't know really what you upset about. I don't know really why you're mad. You came up to the big leagues and you struck out. You're not really like valuable to this situation. Nothing that you're bringing to the situation really matters or makes sense to whatever. You feel me? It's just, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Getting at me.
No, it's
but you trying to belittle a motherfucker. You trying to belittle niggas but I'm trying to get at but you getting at niggas.
It's an insane thing to say, and everybody at home watching this hears that and they're like, oh, that doesn't make any sense.
You can't get no money to buy the store. That's how you get.
Oh, Ricc Rocc is mad. Adam then tapped his Uchi Wally Wally to his Uchi Uchi Bang Bang. Yeah. Adam tapped his Uchi Wally into his Uchi Uchi Bang Bang. Y'all said what I said. Ricc Rocc is upset because ADAM22, we're watching it, is tapping his Uchi Uchi Wally to his Uchi Uchi Bang Bang. We watching the Uchi Wally Bang. We watching it. Chat. Chat. Am I lying? Are we all watching this Ninja Adam, Uchi Uchi Wally, Rick Rock's Wally into his Uchi Uchi Bang Bang? We watching it. Come on now. Don't get mad at me. Shouldn't have did it. Shouldn't have did it. Baby Bray's voice. We heard it. Ears. We saw it. Eyes.
Obviously, if you're stealing from the store, then you can't buy the store.
Who said we were stealing?
It costs like $100,000 plus to buy a store.
I don't steal, nigga. I just said we don't steal.
You're talking about like where
he said he don't.
I don't steal, nigga.
Considering stealing from the store,
I don't
obviously
steal.
doesn't have the option
I
of
don't steal.
But we're not talking about you.
But that's what you said. You said
having an intelligent conversation is being able to think outside of yourself.
But you talked to him like,
damn. Now here you go, Adam talking to Rick Rock like he ain't never read 100 books to get a free pan pizza. Now you got Adam talking to Rick Rock like he ain't never read 100 books to get a free personal pan pizza. Goodness gracious.
Like they dumb though, man.
But if you say something dumb, then I'm gonna have to talk to you like you're dumb to try to get
earlier. What do y'all views do for my channel? He said, what do y'all views do for my channel? Nigga, if niggas is supporting in any type of
Are you mad? Are you mad? You angry. You upset. Yeah, Adam is on his head. You angry. Oh, you wanna fight. You wanna fight? You wanna get into it. Oh, okay. Got it. All this because you can't buy the store. This is wild. If the store is that important to you, just save your money and go buy it.
Wait, that's working on for your favor.
Okay, but you would think that somebody telling you from like experience what a reactor does for a channel,
you talking to niggas like
it doesn't do anything.
But
you're refusing to
you making it seem you making it seem like you better than everybody on this motherfucker though.
No, I just
hey, what is going on here? Is Rick Rock wrong? Is Adam wrong? Y'all let me chat. Who's wrong? Chat. Who's wrong? Is Rick Rock wrong? Is Adam wrong? Are they both wrong? What is going on here? Because if this ain't the most flu flam, Risco Douglas and larceny situation that I've never seen in these YouTube streets, man, what are they? What is even going on here, bro? Like, chat, let me know what is even going on here.
No, that's how you get
now. Niggas, you're going into the victim role, which is crazy.
Victim. I'm saying some real shit.
No, you're not, because you're not willing to listen to me when I have infinitely more expertise on this topic than you.
Go ahead.
Woo.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so.
Ooh, did ADAM22 just say stay in your place, boy? Did ADAM22 just say stay in your place, boy? Stay in your place, little bitty boy. Little bitty podcasting can't talk when I'm talking because I'm ADAM22, the Adam Daddy, the Daddy Adam. Boy. Sheesh. Y'all, I heard him say little bitty, itty, weeny, teeny, weeny, shrivel, liver, don't want. Boy. That's what I heard. Did y'all hear that?
Like, if you really want to go back to the concept of like, does a reactor help no jumper? It's like, I'm telling you, as somebody who's been doing this for a long time, 10 years, this is my main thing. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter at all. And you don't seem willing to accept that I, as an expert in that exact topic, you're trying to tell me that I'm wrong.
So if a person,
but then you're not putting forth any kind of actual argument to explain it.
If a person go in the store and spend $100, and a motherfucker come right behind him and spend $1 at the end of the month.
No, this is a better argument that Rick Rock can make. My argument with Adam would be, hey, well, when I do reactions to your channel, I average about 1,000 views. You average about 10,000 views, depending on the topics and how we are talking sometimes. I'll roughly do about 10% of your viewership and your reaction. So out of my 10%, 5% of those people will go over to your channel. Considering the fact that Trap News Network does multiple videos a day, that 5% adds up. That could be my argument to why Rich Trapper and Trap News Network holds a significance to the podcasting space or to the reaction space. That's something that Rick Rock should have kind of brought up, the numbers and aspect of it. Like, hey, well, how many people? Oh, I guess you can't do that because, damn it, you can't bring that up if you can't see your phone because you ain't got no Wi-Fi, can you? Yeesh. So you know what? Never mind. It's just a mind that is nevered. Because if you don't have Wi-Fi, you can't see the numbers because you have to be able to. Yeah, man. So, ouch. Never mind.
Nigga, that shit add up.
$101.
It don't matter who came in. You think the liquor store care about a nigga coming in spending 10 cents a nigga?
This is a lot of argument behind the liquor store, and considering the fact that Adam's neighborhood doesn't have a liquor store, It's a lot of argument behind the liquor store. Like I get the reason behind it, but it's a lot of argument behind the liquor store.
Stuff up and make money. That's what I'm trying to explain. You was basically saying, nigga, F y'all. Nigga, I'm bigger than all of y'all. Nigga, I don't care what you
No,
do.
but I'm not actually saying F y'all because I actually don't care at all if people react to
you
our
might
content.
have reactions that love your channel.
But all I'm saying, and I don't give a fuck if they love it or hate it. All I'm saying is it doesn't matter for us.
No, it doesn't matter.
Jeez. That's how Adam stepped. Golly.
If anything, it hurts. Because obviously, like,
so now you sound like Gucci, who don't want niggas to wear their clothes because it devalues they value. That's what you're saying. You say
anyone in charge of Gucci has ever said that.
No, hold up, homie.
No,
so hold up, cuz, hold up. Because what you saying, if a nigga do a reaction to your shit, it's hurting your channel. That's like Gucci saying, I don't want you niggas wearing our clothes because it's making our shit look cheap.
Do you think that's
man? Come on, cuz, you know what you're doing, homie.
You want to fact check those?
Louis Vuitton for sure.
Okay, but
all right, so it ends up kind of coming around full circle to what I already spoke on when this argument first started, but we'll reiterate a little bit. You know, my whole YouTube existence is because of watching reaction channels, got back into watching No Jumper because of reaction channels, and so now I am a reaction channel, but also a more regular viewer than if I had never discovered those 3 channels that I named, right? I have people occasionally comment on either side of this fence. Some that say they only watch exclusively through me. Some that say that they're going to go and watch the full episode after watching my commentary. And I think the majority of my viewers are people that watch the show and then watch my coverage after the fact.
Yeah, I think that's the reality of most of us, for real. I think that Just Clip is making some pretty good points with that one.
I could be wrong about that, but I think that would probably be the silent majority, right? Because there's only 100 or so comments per Just Clips video with a couple thousand views. So there is a silent majority that is tuning in, you know. But with that said, Adam's whole stance that the reactions hurt No Jumper more than they help, I kind of want to understand where he's coming from, even though I've never been in the...
I mean, I can understand how he would say that, because anything that drives traffic away from your channel is a view that you're not getting, can definitely hurt the channel. I don't want to say hurt the channel, but it doesn't help the channel. So let me not say hurt. But it's not helping the channel. And I can definitely see how, well, if you're not helping me, then you're hurting me. I can definitely understand that logic. But I wouldn't say it hurts the channel. I just say that it wouldn't add to the channel. That's more the verbiage that I would use, if that makes sense.
The shoes of someone who runs a channel with 5 million subscribers, right? But I would assume that once you get to a certain level, you kind of view reaction channels instead of helpers more so as we're like leeches. He's viewing it as we're sucking blood out of the system.
I don't think so, because Adam has said a bunch of times that he used to have to, again, pay people to be reactions and all that kind of stuff. And now he doesn't have to pay for these types of things. Now he can get it for free and blah, blah, blah. It was like, oh my God, I used to pay for it. No, I don't. Bam, blah, blah, blah. So I don't like to think he thinks of it that way, but I don't think or speak for Adam either.
That could be circulating, right? And keeping his ecosystem that he's built over all these years, keep it going nice and strong. I think part of it is that he was irritated this entire episode, and he's realizing, like, wow, I'm really sitting here arguing with one of the No Jumper reaction channels, or No Jumper universe, because
that I could see Adam looking like a WTF moment. How the fudge am I over here arguing with a No Jumper reaction channel? Like, what? How does this even work?
Ricc Rocc, he covers more than just No Jumper, but a lot of his content, yeah, it's at least, at the very least, the No Jumper orbiters, the side characters, the characters, whatever, and he takes the street angle to it. But I think Adam's realizing mid-argument, like, wow, I'm really, getting upset while talking to a No Jumper reaction channel operator right in person on the show. So some of it,
yeah, I can see how Adam is like, why am I here with this dude? Why do I care about this dude? Why am I here with this dude? Why am I engaging? Why am I even talking to this man? Like, with this dude having whatever he has to say, let that man just do whatever he has to do and say whatever he has to say. I can see why Adam is looking at this situation like, I'm tripping. How the hell did I get into an argument with somebody who can't even afford a liquor store? This man is stealing out the liquor store with no cell phone data. How am I in an argument with this man? I could definitely understand Adam's confusion because I don't know anybody. I don't know about you guys, but I can't imagine myself in a world where I'd be arguing with somebody who wants to argue with me about a liquor store as they need Wi-Fi to use their phone.
Comes off as like more of like a personal jab type of situation as well. But yeah, for the most part, I think once
I could grow 650. You know something we don't?
you grow to what they've grown to, it can feel that way because with me, when I have a banger video for my channel's standard, right? Other channels end up reacting to it. I've seen Spider Loke, I've seen Chick Smooth, I've seen a bunch of different channels. Gangland Neem's been reacting to my channel since early on. Being mentioned in a point and shoot live stream brought me like 20 subscribers. Now, No Jumper is not going to necessarily notice the 20 subscribers as much as a channel like mine would notice, though, right? So when you're smaller, like everyone that is in this No Jumper reaction universe, we're gonna notice the growth more from 10 other reaction channels reacting to something that one of us did. When I react to Munchie B, right? Some of my audience might go over and drop. It might be 10 subs that weren't subbed to his channel yet, and things like that. It's gonna be more noticeable.
Every number counts. Every number counts. Every number counts. If you had $1 billion and you was walking down the street and you seen $1 on the floor, you would pick it up so you could have $1 billion and $1. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's never enough. Too much money ain't enough money. I know the feds listening. What money? If you know, you know.
But for No Jumper, they got such a big ocean of subscribers, they're not gonna notice when a couple fish are added to it. Versus me, I got a little puddle over here compared to what they've scaled to. So any fish you add to this motherfucker, we notice it. So you can add 10 plankton, I'm gonna notice. All right, so it's more of a perspective thing. But based off of research, reactions do help. And at some point before this week or / weekend is over, I'm gonna fire up a special live stream where I'm just gonna read through an academic paper. A student at Brigham Young University, BYU, they did a like a write-up of some sort, an essay. It's a 67-page essay. I'm not gonna read all 67 pages on stream. I'll pick the most relevant pages, and is about reaction reaction culture on YouTube in particular. And the main thing they looked at was Marvel to roll out one of their movies a few.
Oh yeah, Marvel uses reaction channels often for free promotion, free advertising, free marketing for a lot of their movies. If you go look at the Marvel channel right now, they just have a clock ticking until doomsday. Like just ticking, nothing else, just ticking. But you hear how I'm talking about it to y'all on the internet. Now at least one person is gonna go look at this. And then it'll just kind of go from there. You feel
years back, they used in the trailer, they used a bunch of reaction channels, like clips from reaction channels that are all based around the Marvel universe. And they ended it with like, let's celebrate the best fans in the world or whatever, after compiling a bunch of known reaction channels footage and putting it in their main like lead off commercial. All right, or trailer, not commercial. So Marvel's a huge company, obviously, right?
definitely bigger than No Jumper. Definitely for sure. Salute those courageous black students who testified against Carmelo. Oh, you're coming in here
Huge
being
brand
racist.
entity owned by are they owned by Disney now? Whatever.
Yes.
You guys get it. They're huge. And they're
Marvel is definitely owned by Disney now.
shouting out their reaction channels in one of their lead off, marketing pieces for a movie back in like 2023. So I was reading that a little bit while preparing to make this video, but instead of including that in this video, I'm gonna do a live reading of that where we can all go through the slideshow together and read the PDF together to dive even further into this topic of do reaction channels hurt or help the original content creator. With that said, I think we have one more clip before we get up out of here.
I'll give you the example that.
Now, make sure y'all check out Just Clips for that, man. Get some real education, get some real news you can use. I like the fact that Just Clips is stepping outside of the box and giving us some real actual educational entertainment. So if you want to check out what he's talking about with the reaction channels and their influence into our space, and maybe even learn something about the marketing, advertising, and promotion of that, you might want to check out Just Clips because he is giving you news you can use. And this is some knowledge that somebody got in college. So check out that.
It's going to prove my point is that the other day I'm sitting on the podcast with Crit Mac and hey, one mic, motherfucker. I'm sitting on the podcast with.
Whoa. Talking to them like they kids. Wow. I didn't know you could talk to grown men like that.
Crit Mac and ODM Slim. And ODM Slim were kind of arguing about like our content or whatever. And he said,
man, you talking about nigga that do dope, man. I don't talk about that.
Totally irrelevant. But I said, ODM Slim said, I don't even watch your shit. I watch your shit through Neem. Which I'm not striking fucking Gangland Neem's channel. I don't give a fuck if he reacts to it. From what I heard, he actually does like relatively positive reviews of our content or whatever. I don't really know. I've only really watched like one or two of his videos.
Check him out.
Who is that?
But he's a reactor who does the exact same thing that you do. And
what's his name?
Gangland Neem.
I thought you was going to mention him.
There's your shout out, Neem. Anyway, he said that he watches our channel through Gangland Neem's channel.
Right.
So that's at least one person there.
Niggas will do anything in their power, not to mention Trap News Network, won't they? Man, the hate be so real, don't it, chat? The hate be so real, don't it, chat? Adam, I love you. You're my bestie. Go best friend. That's my best friend.
And I would actually probably say that most of the people, like if Gangland Neem uploads a video and it has 5,000 views because they want to see him react to our content, that might be as many as 5,000 people that are not watching our channel because they're watching this. Now, fair use is important.
Oh, yeah, I have seen.
And I'm not taking issue with the fact that he does that, but the idea that his content is helping my channel get bigger, why would anyone think that?
But watch this. You might got people that don't want to watch the actual live for 4 hours, right? And then you might got dudes that'll do a reaction. They might add a different twist to what y'all doing. You might got a clips channel.
Hell yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
We clip our own content.
That's cool too, though, right? That's cool. But you might got a dude like Jay Hood that add comedy to it. You might got him that crack jokes on motherfuckers to it. And they might like that. And that might drive them, especially if you're doing 15 minutes. They might say, man, I'm gonna go watch the whole show. That shit look good over there.
Idea. And a lot of people do watch it because they're like, oh, well, you just kind of like get to the highlights. You break it down like a pound, so I don't have to. So I could definitely see why a lot of people will go to the reaction channels because it's an immediate direction to what you're looking for versus having to watch an entire however many hour long stream to eventually get to what you want to look for. This even to the point where my reactions are often used by other reaction channels because I do the heavy lifting for them as well. It used to make me mad. And I'd be like, oh, these niggas just copy me and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it is what it is, bro. It's on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I've learned to be less possessive of my content because once it hits the internet, it's for everybody. So I stopped the whole thing of, oh man, well, these niggas don't even do nothing. They just wait for me to react and then they react and blah, 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 because we've seen that. Chat, we're not going to act like we don't know that that's what it is. So many of these dudes, you see that I'm up early doing the content because, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving y'all content early in the morning because I'm up doing fight training anyway. I'm up at 4 o'clock, so why am I not giving y'all content? You know what I'm saying? I go to bed late. I wake up at 3:30. You know what I'm saying? It's already midnight. I ain't sleep yet. I'm still talking to y'all. I'll be up at 3:30 because I got to be at the gym at 4. And, you know, I might as well do something with this insomnia and this paranoia and this PTSD that I have. Might as well make some content. So a lot of times I used to get upset and I used to get mad and feel like, oh, well, these ninjas, you know, they don't even shout me out. They won't even show me no love. They be taking my content and reacting to the exact same things that I react to the exact same way. And won't nobody even shout me out for doing it, blah, blah, blah. But now I just realized, man, look, it's for the people. As long as the fans is happy, as long as the chat is cool, you know what I'm saying? It's all green, bro. Like it's all gravy in the Navy. You feel me? It's good in the hood. It's gravy in the Navy. I'll have my chance in the sun. Should God want to give me my chance in the sun? And in the meantime, between time, I get to give y'all, the people, dope content. And, you know, we feed the street. So it is what it is.
That happens is wrong.
It happens.
Not really.
You got
Boss Renegade, you feel me? Real bad.
Ask the people.
And actually, I'll give you an example.
But chat, am I tripping? Or do y'all notice that a lot of these dudes will copy my, like, literally, you'll look on my page and it's damn near like the same order I posted my content is the order of them, because all they're doing is seeing what I posted, going to find that, and then they doing their reactions off of. You know what I'm saying? Am I tripping, or have y'all noticed that? Because if y'all have noticed it, let me know something. You know what I'm saying? Because people will act like that's not what's going on, but I mean, I think I know better.
Of a way more extreme example is that a lot of times there'll be like a viral tweet, we'll have a viral moment or whatever, and it'll go crazy. We'll see it on Twitter, see it on TikTok, millions and millions of views. Does that help the original live stream from which that clip originated? The answer, and anybody who does YouTube will tell you this, is no.
So let me ask you this.
It doesn't really move the needle. Now, is it good? It's good to have more visibility, but the idea that we're getting more viewers, that we're making more money from it, is a fallacy.
But it's still Adam.
All right, so to Adam's point on that one.
Now, Adam is making a good point with that. It doesn't help me monetarily. It might help me as far as advertising and marketing dollars are concerned, but monetarily, I'm not getting anything out of this.
You could say that it maybe didn't help. Like, so the Moose versus Whack 100 situation, that went super viral. It was clipped up everywhere as far as social media, Instagram, Twitter clips. I don't know about TikTok, but probably there too, right? So you would think you go and look at that view count on that Adam and Whack show that took place on, and we have this huge view count. And it doesn't have, it's one of the lower performing Adam and Whack shows, actually, right? Now, someone being more tapped into the No Jumper universe, I could counter that with, okay, yeah, it's lower despite having the most viral moment of the year so far for No Jumper. Or, you know, I don't, it might.
Would you say that's the most viral moment of the year? Would you say so? I don't know. Young and Hefe's having a pretty viral moment, and then the J Hood situation is coming up. So I don't know what the most viral moment in No Jumper is. I can't tell you that.
The most viral. But anyways, let's just say it is. The full episode has one of the lower view counts for one of the most, watched shows. But that was a members only show for kind of long, first of all. But then on top of that,
you know what? And that could be a huge reason why nobody really saw that, is because it was a members only. And then by the time the clip came out, nobody actually went to go watch the original content for it. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't really a thing. It was like, oh, we saw the clip. It was on members only. We ain't really tripping because we got what we needed out this trap already. So I could definitely see that for sure. I could definitely see how that situation, Adam might have shot himself in the foot with the members only.
That show had Doughboy on it while he was still the most hated. So just off of Doughboy being a part of the show, at that time, it's going to have lower view count as well. Just like if you would have had Brandon in thumbnail on certain shows in his most hated moments, that automatically meant 20,000 less people are going to click on that, right? So sometimes who's in the thumbnail makes a big difference. Just that alone, Doughboy's presence, kind of didn't. People had Doughboy fatigue, just like Spody. There was Spody fatigue. But arguing that clip culture doesn't help at all, I don't know how Adam can really argue that, considering that No Jumper's presence in the Instagram and Twitter world, they clip up stuff just like a kick champ would. If Dean the Great gets knocked out by Adrian Broner tonight on stream, No Jumper would be one of the first pages to post.
Yeah. And then arguably, depending on the topic, we all just a bunch of reaction channels. Ninjas like to act like they're not, but if we keep it transparent, being 100, we all just a bunch of reaction channels reacting to each other. For real. Let me know if I'm lying.
That on Twitter and Instagram, and they be getting millions of views from these kick, streamers and stuff like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they've applied through the Discords and whatever to get paid per 1,000 view by Kick directly. So we're aware of the Kick clipping pay for play, system that is dominating the streaming game right now, where streamers are incentivized to switch from Twitch and Rumble and whatever to be on Kick, especially if you're an established streamer already, because the marketing is paid for by the platform, right? Dean the Great and AB seem like the biggest streamers in the world because there's like 5,000 accounts that are always watching their kick stream, ready to clip up all
that are dedicated to everything that they have going on for sure. So that definitely makes a difference.
the best moments, and they post it within 15 minutes of it happening. So by becoming, top 5 on Kick, you automatically are going viral every couple of days if you're streaming consistently. And in that example, who they're the most hot right now, they literally go viral every day. There's a million view clip, at least one clip that does a million views for somebody, right? And that reminds me of this dynamic that you see displayed on Shark Tank and the whole neon business model, right? So that dynamic that you see on Shark Tank is there's a business that usually it's like an online retailer type of business. So let's say
the Shark Tank, one of the best shows on TV.
I innovate, phone cases or whatever, and my phone cases that I sell, I have $5 million in sales and it's only my second year of being in business or whatever.
No Jumper News is just literally live reactions. There's no difference between No Jumper News and what we're doing now. There's no difference. Literally, there's no difference. Trap News Network, No Jumper News, there's literally not a difference at all. At all.
Whatever. First year we broke even or had a small loss. We were in the red, $50,000. Second year, this is where they get you. They might be profitable, they might break even, they might not be profitable, but they'll pitch it as we generated $15 million in sales with these phone cases that whatever has some new special feature that makes it different than everybody else's shit. But then when they start picking apart the actual numbers, they say, oh, okay, so we see you generated 15 million in sales, but you also spent, let's say, 10 million on marketing. Or no, even fuck that, because I think it's usually worse than that. It's like you spent 16 million on marketing, and that's a reoccurring charge, right? Like every year, do you plan on spending 16 million on marketing? And then it comes out that they bought a bunch of ads on different social media platforms, and they bought ads on Amazon itself and whatnot.
And it did absolutely nothing for you. You wasted everybody's time.
To be pushed to the very front of those search results, but it makes it to where it's not as good of an investment as it sounds when they say that they've generated 15 million in sales. Because when you actually get to the business's expenses, all the money you're making is going right back into marketing. So you're just recycling cash, which is exactly what Neon does and is like championed for doing. And I see why ADAM22 is kind of against that business practice, because he really did get it out of nowhere. Like he started with 0, did the BMX thing, that grew it a little bit, and then he started doing the underground rap shit, and obviously that blew it up to become the like what it is with those interviews, right? And interviews are the foundation of the platform as far as from a success standpoint. So I get Adam's like point on well, to hell with clipping culture and so on.
Well, I can see why Adam's not tripping off Compton Ricc Rocc specifically. For sure, I can see why he's looking at Compton Ricc Rocc like, nigga, I don't need you. I don't care about you. That will make sense. But in totality, I don't believe that it's smart for Adam to just full-blown defecate on all the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? No Intuit Stadium, no Intuit Dome. I don't think that it's smart for Adam just to go ahead and just say, oh, man, I don't need y'all Clippers. F y'all, blah, 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 that's blah, blah, that. Because I'm sure for a second he would like to see, the revenue and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, too, on a dry day when there's nothing going on No Jumper, they'll start talking about what people are talking about in the clips to generate income. How many times did you guys see Trap News Network, Rich Trapper on there, and they're getting upset? Flacco's crying, crashing out because I'm being mentioned and all that kind of stuff. Those are some of you guys' best views. You can say what you want to say. You can feel how you want to feel. Ninjas getting mad at me and crashing out on No Jumper gave y'all some of y'all best content moments, for sure. At least for the better part of last year or the year before. For sure. For sure. You guys loved when Flacco was on No Jumper crashing out. Rich Trapper, don't say his name and all this stuff. Y'all loved it. Y'all loved it. You feel me? So, you know, I don't think that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think, chat. If I'm wrong, let me know if I'm wrong. If y'all feel like I'm feeling myself too much, let me know. But I'm calling a fluke
because he never relied on this clippery economy that these new creators are relying.
It's a very clippery slope. Very clippery slope.
On his growth has been organic. ADAM22 / No Jumper, they have acquired 5 million or damn near 5 million subscribers organically.
For sure.
Not a bunch of
you can't take away from the fact that they've acquired what they've acquired. You feel me? You can't take away from that. They got what they got.
Money. If we were to open up the books on them, if they were on Shark Tank, they have a bare minimum marketing budget versus a Neon who has whatever amount of millions of subscribers across all platforms.
Which is another reason why ADAM22 should appreciate the clip channels, because it's free marketing, advertising, and promotion.
But he's paying $1 million+ a month to all the clippers out of his own pocket, and he's partnered with Kick. So Kick is paying Neon clippers whatever extra money out of their own pocket. So he's like trying to buy his way to being the #1 streamer in the world versus organically getting there through creating good, entertaining, engaging, thoughtful content, right? So it's like this war of two different ideologies when it comes to extreme marketing, to the point where you would be kicked out of the Shark Tank and with no deal. Nobody wants to. Every time an example like that pops up, they end up leaving with no deal. All right.
Yeah, that they for sure always end up leaving with no deal when it comes to that. Super Fluke, Flammer, Skull Douglas, and Larson's way of looking at it.
And then you have the ADAM22s of the world that get it out the mud. That's a company that people would be more inclined to buy into, because like, well, shit, you have this type of reach organically without any marketing budget really, outside of whatever you pay, you know, your employees to make some flyers. So you know, two totally different worlds. And yeah, on that note though, I'm gonna get up.
All right, man. So make sure y'all show some love to Just Clips. Give him a like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, tap in for what he has going on. Y'all know the deal, man. Red dots to the left, you know the rest.
Hey, Carjack 100 here. If you need your transmission check, come on down to Carjack's. I'm your transmission expert.
I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're gonna make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not finna get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're gonna keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We gone.
Hi, I'm Whack 100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life for your own personal home security. Call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second.
Hey, I'm ADAM22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and Whack 100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Apollo Jackson. It's dangerous. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ball that like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Ball that like us niggas up in game 6.
60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let him hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall, 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's outside, nigga.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missing with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Friends is hella fake, I know we're enemies. Intentions, I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missing with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missing with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.